Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
Extra ginger ale, oh yeah. Cool it down, cool it right. Feel the zing. Take the flight. Less sugar, more spice. A sip so crisp, so nice. Pure refreshment in your hand. Extra vibes across the land. Extra ginger ale, oh yeah. Take the taste extra far. The flavor hits just right. Extra ginger ale would taste so nice. Yeah. Hey. Zesty bubbles, golden glow. Feel the rhythm, let it flow. Sip it slow or take it fast. Extra ginger ale's a blast. Extra ginger ale, oh yeah. Take the taste extra far. The flavor it's just right.
Less sugar, more ginger. Extra ginger ale.
Something new has been growing, and it's now ready for you to pick.
Fresh.
Taste the Bruta freshness. Pick the fresh new 200 ml size today. Live Brutiful.
Connect all day on Gomoseley Radio. www.gomoseleyradio.com.
Always on with the sound of now.
This is Gomoseley Radio.
Mambo. Chopper. Doggy style.
Back again. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Game Plan, where, as usual, we bring to you 95% ball knowledge, and the other 5% we wing it. So, as usual, you know, I'm your boy Omar, alongside my brother from another mother, our local top baller, the legend himself, Carlos Marcos.
One and only.
So, yeah. So, right now, it's international break. We're currently in that space right now where football is concerned. I know a lot of football fans going through it right now.
Yeah.
Feeling
pressure.
They don't know what to do with themselves.
Your weekends don't really mean anything right now.
It don't ever be the same. And there's nobody to argue with and talk about who better than who. How your club is doing right now, if it's Champions League or is that, on the club level.
You gotta go back to the Messi versus Ronaldo argument. But for a lot of fans, a lot of us don't really care for international break because we're so caught up with football on a club level. But dues have to be paid, and since we're in the World Cup year, teams have to prepare for World Cup. Teams have to build the chemistry. Definitely.
I guess teams have to know who might fit the system they're looking to go into in the World Cup. And for a lot of fans, these are some of the worrying stages of football, especially coming down to the crucial stage where, like, we in the last phase of Champions League or the league, because we worry about our favorite players and key players getting injured.
Yeah, there's a big problem
But
there.
but I guess this is all part of the process. So the base, as for our listeners, as you can see, the direction we're going right now. So mostly the topic of the day or the conversations of the day are gonna be mostly focused on international football. So we're gonna kick it off, Mr. Monkos. We're on the table for we in this regard.
Well, we get some international football here in Guyana. Well, partially.
Yeah.
Right. With Vorla Mills.
Oh yeah.
Tournament kicking off.
Yeah.
It was supposed to kick off today, actually, at GDF ground, but actually, I think because of the weather increment and so forth, it's actually tomorrow from 9 a.m. at the training center in Providence.
Oh,
right.
So they relocate the venue.
Yeah.
I guess the weather was crazy over the weekend indeed.
Oh, rain too much.
Especially yesterday.
Yeah, he got teams coming from St. Lucia, Antigua, Trinidad to come up against our local youths.
Yeah.
All right. Because we have Conquerors, we have a team out of Buxton. Milne also have a youth team.
Oh.
All right. So this is going to be competitive. It's good for the youths.
So what's the time? What's the time it's starting again?
9 a.m.
9
a.m. He started kickoff and the opening ceremony and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, to kick off the tournament. Yeah, so that's going to be at the NTC Training Center in Providence. So from tomorrow.
So our listeners know this. From tomorrow, it's football.
You go and watch the youths do that thing.
And he did said there's also the opportunity for parents who could like bring their kids. They could sign up right there.
Yeah, you could sign up for his academy right there.
Yeah,
on the spot.
So we're going into the summer, you might want extracurricular activities for your kids. So this might be a perfect opportunity for introduce your kids, whether boy or girl, into football.
Yeah.
Something to get the adrenaline going.
And something for the summer especially.
Yeah, exactly. They could go and watch and see. Because a lot of kids might go and be like, oh, daddy, mommy, I want to sign up for this. I like what you see going on here. You know, and this might be a springboard to their future career in sports. So.
And football gears isn't that expensive, right? The boots and the shin pad is not all that expensive. So easy to get them into the game, man.
Yeah. So that's good.
And moving on, we had the CONCACAF series second round where Guyana faced Dominica. I think that was Friday. And we beat Dominica 2-0. Right.
Yeah.
Easy win. Right. Which was expected. Dominica never really put up a threat against us over the years.
So I guess for people who may not, and there's another thing too, like we've all been saying, a lot of people don't even know about these type of things going on because we did. A lot of people don't know that Guyana actually, even though there's no major tournament that we're in right now, I guess this is all part of keeping everybody in tune,
keeping them fit, keeping the teams together, building a chemistry.
And like you said earlier, it helps with teams' momentum in terms of building their status in the football world. Yeah,
because you go up in rankings. More games you play, more ranks you could build and go up in rankings. So
correct.
That was good. We have to face off against Belize tomorrow. Yeah, they're gonna be a good match. Belize is a serious team.
What time is the game though?
They're gonna be played at 1500 hours at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't know. So if you want to see Guyana play, I don't know if there might be a opportunity. It might be being broadcast locally. I guess for most people who might have cable or dish, they might have the luxury of watching the game.
Or could stream it.
Or streaming, or we're in that age of technology. So it's an opportunity to stream and see how Guyana perform on the level.
You might gotta fight some ads.
Yeah.
The guy ad block on point, but
like I said, the age of technology, people don't know what they gotta do. They just gotta go through certain things in order to get where you want is online.
Yeah.
On this part of the world, so we have the patience. So we'll get there so they can see Guyana perform.
I think we improving a lot. Guyana team, the national team, senior team, improving a lot, and we winning games comfortably now.
Yeah, that was a good game, 2-0.
Yeah,
so Guyana did well. Guyana did well.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing,
move on to the actual qualifiers.
The qualifiers, but no, before we jump into the qualifier, we know we was to talk about
the AFCON.
The AFCON.
That's the most confusing story right now.
So let me give the listeners and viewers like a backstory about this. For a lot of football fans, sporting fans, especially football, most of us might keep abreast with everything that's going on in the football world in terms of different tournaments or whatnot. And for those who now tuning in and now getting abreast of what's going on, they were recently, the AFCON started in last year, and the finals was on the 18th of January 2026, where Senegal played Morocco. This tournament was hosted in Morocco, and this tournament was one of the biggest, matter of fact, the biggest AFCON tournament in the history of the tournament, in terms of record number turnout, in terms of sponsorship,
viewership,
like everything. And the crazy part about this, it's kind of sad how this tournament concluded. It was going so well up until the finals. And not just up until the finals, up until the last 10 to 15 minutes of the finals, which is crazy.
Remember, everybody wants to win. Right?
Yeah.
There's the bottom line.
And there's the thing. So, what ended up happening for the listeners and people now tuning in?
Give us the drama part.
Yeah. What ended up happening? Senegal had score, like, I can't recall the exact time of the game. I think it's like maybe like the 87, around those time, 87, 85th,
yeah.
Between the 85th and 90th minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Senegal had scored, but the ref ruled it out as offside.
Mm-hmm.
So they went up back the pitch. There was a corner in favor. Long story short, there was a corner in favor of Morocco, and with this corner, it resulted in Brahim Diaz, one of the Morocco attacking player, getting foul in the box. That was reviewed by VAR, and the referee deemed it a penalty. So this is where the whole controversy had started, and this is where we started this whole process and this whole tournament, and went downhill, where it was an embarrassing situation on the international stage, where as a result of this penalty, the Senegal players start protesting. The game ended up halting. They start complaining how their goal wasn't reviewed, but they reviewing Morocco own. So it caused chaos. When I say chaos, we've never seen this before in the history of football in a finals on that magnitude, on that scale. The Senegal players end up walking off the pitch. Literally walked off the pitch because they feel they were being done. There were injustice being done. Yeah. So as a result of that, it lasted like 15 minutes. There was chaos. The fans started going crazy. They were a chaotic situation with the fans and the police and everything in the stadium. So what they protest, Mane being the type of players experience global name, he rallied his team to come back onto the pitch. Now let me play this. Let me give them this. Let me honor our obligation as footballers, as we follow the guidelines and the rules, and just see how this game. It's only like 5 minutes left.
But there was like it stopped for like a 10-15 minutes.
Like almost an half an hour it stopped for. And this is how crazy it was.
The time would have to be given back.
Yeah.
This is where the whole problem came.
Yeah, so what ended up happening, the penalty was given. Brahim Diaz, to most of us as fans, we saw it suspicious. Brahim Diaz was like perfect throughout this entire tournament. Matter of fact, throughout his entire career as a Moroccan starter player since he joined the national team, he's never missed a penalty. And this penalty it seemed so blatantly like he willfully missed it for the sake of fair play and because fairness of the game.
He and I think Mane had a discussion before he took the penalty. When they came back on, he and Mane had a discussion. So most of the fans said like he missed it on purpose because
but I felt that way too. I feel like he missed it on purpose.
I thought so. But then after he missed it, the whole commotion started once again. Because they started back the game, right? And Senegal went on to win.
Yeah, so they missed the game when they went into extra time.
Yeah.
They played. It was a full stalemate for 120 minutes. It went down to penalty. There was while during this penalty, there was so commotion still going on. Ball boys trying to deny the keeper, Senegal goalkeeper, the ball.
Fans on the pitch.
Play the ball. Moroccan players trying to block the towel by from giving Senegal goalkeeper the ball to wipe his face. There were accusations of they're doing OBO and all kind of crazy thing was going on in this finals at the time. So through all of those commotion, all the fight by the Moroccan players, the ball by the coaching staff through Senegal went through and ended up winning on penalty. So at the win on penalty, there was they went on to celebrate. Before they went on to celebrate, everything was not looking to. They went on to celebrate, and Senegal went back home with a medal. They do big street parade, everything. The world knows Senegal win. Even though it was chaotic and it was in an embarrassing and sad state for African football on a global scale, I mean, to most people, it still went through that turmoil and come out and people felt like it was fair in the end.
Yeah, some people.
I guess some people.
Some people felt undone.
Well, I guess because if you support Morocco, of course you're gonna feel undone. Because you felt like, there's something corruption going on here. But it's crazy how the ref lost complete control of the game.
Yeah,
and that was the sad part.
I think the ref is the main cause of everything that happened.
Yeah.
Because he was never a team walk off the pitch. They get I sure there's a time frame in the regulations, in the laws, that if a team walk off, they get a certain amount of time to come on to return to the pitch. Or else they forfeit the game. And I think they were never supposed to come back on the pitch. Never.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna lay out the foundation to these things, to these arguments. Some people think they should, like Miss Carla saying, they think they should have never come back. The referee should have never allowed them to come back on the pitch. Some people beg to differ. But here we're gonna go to a slight break, and then when we come back, we're gonna discuss how worse this situation got.
Cause it did.
Mambo.
Pizza just the way you like it. You already know we're the pizza king. One bite into flavor and thin crust makes you wanna say, hey, nobody do it like we do. Every single bite and you can taste the flavor coming through. Every day is fresh ingredients. Guyana, we wanna show you how much we love you. Feel the love, Mario. Pizza just the way you like it. You already know we're the pizza king. One bite into flavor and thin crust makes
Babes, our packages are here.
Well, that was quicker than expected.
Web Source. Fast. Simple. Done.
Guyana, up your cash. Over 100 winners. More than $2.5 million in cash and prizes up for grabs. Win cash every week. Plus a chance to up your cash to $500,000. And that's not all. Win back your grocery bill up to $20,000 cash every week. Just grab any Buster Turbo Energy Drink, Fruitopia, Oasis flavored water, Fruita, or Viva Sparkling flavored water. Look for the code starting with BB, then visit at Buster Guyana on Facebook or Instagram for details. Up your cash today.
Did you hear? Optical vouchers are open to all ages. Everybody. So bring them to Optic Menon. At Optic Menon, you'll find a wide selection of stylish frames, quality lenses, and expert services to help you see clearly and look great. If you received an optical voucher, our team will guide you through the process. Stop by Optic Menon today and make the most of your voucher. We'd love to see you at Menon.
Connect all day on Go Moseley Radio. www.gomoseleyradio.com.
Yes, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. And for those who are now joining us, viewing, listening, this is the game plan. And we're currently discussing the AFCON, the African Cup of Nations, if you wonder what that means. The finals, the chaotic finale of that tournament between Senegal and Morocco. So, as we were saying, long story short, there were some chaotic moments in that phase of the finals where Morocco felt undone. The game went down to penalty. Senegal ended up winning by 1 goal in that that's how it concluded. Senegal got the trophy. They went back home. They celebrated big parade and everything, the medals. They got everything. But at this point, here's where everything took a turn for the worse for Senegal. What happened was Morocco Football Federation filed a complaint to FIFA 3 days later after the finals. Keep in mind, Senegal don't went back home, celebrate whatnot. Morocco filed a complaint to FIFA and the CSA. In case you wonder what the CFA. In case you're wondering, that is the Confederation of African Football. They filed a complaint, and this complaint stating, well, the complaint was about the behavior of the Senegalese players, the fact that they abandoned the match, as and so amongst other things,
other incidents that happened,
and other incidents that happened by the fans and whatnot.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening, it was acknowledged by FIFA and the CAF, the Confederation of African Football. They responded by sanctioning both teams, both federations, Senegal Football Federation and Morocco Football Federation, for their behavior in this tournament, where both teams were sanctioned, resulting in Morocco after paying a fine of $315,000 and Senegal paying over $600,000 because of the fans' behavior, the team behavior, the coach behavior. The coach was actually fined $100,000 and he was banned for 15 games, 15 African games. He wouldn't be able to coach.
Oh, going forward?
Yeah, going forward. And even Morocco, 2 of the Moroccan players was also fined. And I think they were banned too. Hakimi, that's a PSG right back. He was banned for 2 games. And the other Moroccan player, I can't recall his name. These guys' names are so yeah. He was fined $100,000 also for blocking Senegal towel guy from giving the goalkeeper the towel at the time when he was during the penalty shootout. But anyways, those are some of the sanction that was undone in that process. And the most important aspect of the tournament that FIFA shut down was, let me read this to you guys. On the part where the Morocco lodged a complaint for violation of Article 2 and Article 4 of the Regulation of Africa Cup of Nations, the CAF disciplinary board rejected the protest lodged by the Federation Royal Morocco Football. There's the FRMF. There's the Moroccan Federation regarding alleged violations by the Federation of Senegal Football of Articles 2 and Article 4. Now, I will read the article for you guys just now. And basically, long story short, what Morocco was seeking in this situation is to have Senegal forfeit the match because they walked off the pitch and deemed Morocco as the winner of the AFCON. Now, this complaint was turned down. A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah, it was turned down.
It was turned down initially by the CAFA. It was turned down, but I think it was on what date? Like a few days later, Morocco appealed this process. Appealed the decision, And the crazy part about this, they appealed and the verdict was granted in their favor that Senegal walked off, abandoned the match, and violate this process, and
the rules,
and everything was overturned. Where Morocco now was deemed the winner of this tournament. You understand? As a result of this, and let me read these articles for you, so you could get a clearer understanding of what these two articles they were arguing about for Morocco. Let me see the articles.
I honestly think the second decision, which was give Morocco the win.
Yeah.
I think the referee in the game should have done that from the inception. I don't think it should have reached all of this.
Yeah, because
football is a competitive sport. You ain't gonna go to, when you gotta go to these distances with court and lawyers, and so for a decision in a match, whoever wins after that, you don't feel it. You don't feel like a winner like that. When the 90 minutes done and the extra time done, whoever finish with the most goals in that game or with a penalty or so forth, you feel like a winner there. So the decision which Senegal took, in my opinion, the decision which Senegal took to come off the pitch, I don't think they should have been allowed to come back on.
But this is partially true, but this where these articles come into play. And according to Article 2 of this regulation is that it stated that if a team refused to play or leave the field before the end of regulation time without referee's authorization. Now keep in mind, it said without referee's authorization. And indeed, Senegal left the field without referee authorization. But also, and I think this is where Senegal have an argument, because they came back and that was authorized by the ref. And like you said, like the referee should have never allowed them to come back on the pitch because they violate. But then the referee still allowed them. And as a result of this, even though everything was overturned and they're deeming now that Morocco is now the new winner of the AFCON, Senegal is appealing this and they're going to the CSA. That's the court of arbitration of sport for sports. That's the highest court for sports that's in Switzerland for this matter.
Waste of time.
I don't feel it's a waste of I don't feel it's a waste of time, right? Because I said this again. The referee have the authorization, the referee have the power to determine the outcome
on the pitch. And he should have never allowed it to go on after
Correct.
that.
And the fact that the referee allowed these men to come back and finish this game, it gives Senegal an argument that could favor them in this process, because the referee never said, all right, y'all forfeit this match because y'all walk off. The referee allowed them to come back and play the game. So as a result of this, they have a fair argument. And I feel I'm not a liar, but I feel they have a case and whether they could work in their favor in the courts.
They do have a case because they were allowed to come back on. And the technical aspect of it with the liars and the courts and so that takes everything out to the football match. That the blood, sweat, tears we put into the match. Yeah. Everything.
Because this tournament was going so beautifully by. I don't know how we just. But I guess we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how this thing plays out. How this thing plays out, because the appeal is currently in process and it's gonna take some time before they get a response from the court, Court of Arbitration for Sports. But this is the current situation, this Morocco and Senegal final. It was already overturned by the CAF for Morocco to be the winner. So there you have it, guys. There was the controversy between this Morocco and Senegal situation. Now Morocco won within 120 minutes, but 3 days after, the Confederation of African Football said Morocco win, and according to Article 84, they won by 3 goals. So Morocco is deemed the winner. So
turn into a whole soap opera.
Yeah, a whole soap opera, and it's kind of embarrassing for African football because this is something they've been pushing for years to let African football got a recognition like World Cup or even Euros and these type of thing. And they finally have a chance, and this is how it went out. It's kind of sad.
It's very sad because we see from world football right now, and we will see in the World Cup.
Yeah,
the African teams doing well.
Yeah, because I feel like this Senegal team is a great team.
Excellent.
But anyways, what we're gonna do? We're gonna take another break, and then we're gonna jump into these World Cup qualifiers. We're gonna give you guys some update on what's going on currently.
Some hot matches this week.
Yeah. So.
Mambo.
Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime. Fruitopia, it's the drink that's hype. Citrus punch, fruit punch, tastes nice. Guava, pineapple, that give me a vibe. We no want nothing less compared to the rest. Fruitopia the best. Quench any thirst when it comes to the test. Perfect thing for my lunch. Flavors pack a punch. Fruitopia, it's the drink that's hype. The citrus punch, fruit punch, tastes nice. Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime.
Super 6 is the jackpot game with the biggest cash payout, and it's very simple and easy to play. With increased chances of winning, just pick any 6 numbers from 1 to 28, or buy a quick pick and you can be a jackpot winner. Get 6 numbers and you can win the jackpot. Match 5 numbers plus the bonus ball and be a winner. You're still a winner if you match 5 numbers, 4 numbers, or even 3 numbers plus the bonus ball. Get a free ticket if you match the letter. Drawing twice per week. You never want to miss your chance at being a jackpot winner. So, remember, a ticket a day can make you rich today.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive!
Linden Town Week 2026 has just gotten bigger. Join Gomoseley Entertainment on Thursday the 30th of April at the Retrieve Hardcourt for Big Woman Still Gotcha Things, the official Linden Town Week Big People Party. For the first time in Linden, live on stage, the Queen of Soca, Alison Hines.
When I start to whine, I have no control.
Plus 3 one-man bands and the one-woman band. The next day is a holiday. We're partying all night with Alison Hines at the Linden Town Week Big People Party. Big Woman Still Gotcha Things. Thursday the 30th of April at the Retrieve Hardcourt in Linden. Advance tickets are $5,000 and are available at Dominique Top-Up Shop in Linden, Shabba Hardware at Wisma, Barnes Taxi in Mackenzie, Shemaine's Bar in the Mackenzie Market, R&T Clothing World in the Mackenzie Market, and Gomoseley Radio on Church Street in Georgetown. The Linden Town Week Big People Party 2026 with Alison Hines. Compliments of Banks Beer, XM Rums, GT Beer, drink responsibly, One Communications, Church's Chicken, Sheriff Security, 592 Tees, Star Party Rentals, Fireside Grill, and Gomoseley Radio.
Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime. Fruitopia, it's the drink that's hype. Citrus punch, fruit punch, tastes nice. Guava, pineapple, that give me a vibe. We no want nothing less compared to the rest. Fruitopia the best. Quench any thirst when it comes to the test. Perfect thing for my lunch. Flavors pack a punch. Fruitopia, it's the drink that's hype. Citrus punch, fruit punch, tastes nice. Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime.
This is Gomoseley Radio, the sound of now.
Yeah, man.
Always on, always with you. Gomoseley Radio.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. For those who now joining us, this is the game plan. I know a lot of you want to engage, and sorry for the wait. I know we've dragging out. I feel like we've been dragging out this process. So we're gonna try our best to open the phone lines. Maybe we could take a call or two in this process. But for people who might have their views and opinion on, maybe we just discussed the AFCON and we're about to get into the international break in terms of the
qualifications.
Yeah.
The
qualification run for World Cup, with the final stage of it for that matter. So for the WhatsApp number there, you can see on the screen hopefully there. The number is 615 8246, and the number for you guys to call in is 504 5000. I say it's 504 5000, the calling number. And for WhatsApp, we can read the messages. You could give your views, your predictions on upcoming games, like especially for this
qualification round.
Yeah, the qualification round for the World Cup.
When these games playing for the qualifications round?
Well, we recently had the first aspect of it.
This weekend
this weekend was on Thursday or Friday. Sorry, I can't recall the exact day.
I think Friday.
Friday? No.
Jamaica played.
Jamaica played New Caledonia, and Bolivia played Suriname.
What happened with the Suriname match?
The Suriname game, I feel like Suriname squandered a lot of opportunity. But another thing too, what most players, in my recollection of watching football, when going against Bolivia, is one of those hardest matches, no matter how good your team is, because when you go to Bolivia to play Bolivia, you're going up in the sky,
in the
mountains. You got your lungs got to big up there.
These teams, especially the Central American teams, and also in South America, Costa Rica, Venezuela, also I think Uruguay. These teams have stadiums in the mountains.
Yeah.
Right. Air thin.
Yeah. Correct.
The hardest qualifications. The hardest big team that has got qualified for this World Cup. I remember a year, Neymar, everybody with oxygen mask on at halftime, because the stadium which it played in, the air was so thin that halftime people bleeding through the nose, so forth. It's hard to breathe because you're not accustomed to it.
Correct.
And you you reach here, let me say, even a week in advance or a couple of days in advance, because remember, most of these players play at club level in different countries.
Yeah.
So you go a week in advance, you can't climatize.
Yeah, and it's not an environment they're used to, so that makes it even difficult.
It's extremely difficult to go to certain teams, certain countries, and win and beat them.
Yeah, but regardless, I feel like Suriname put up a good fight, but just that they didn't take the advantage of the opportunity, and as a result, Bolivia came out on top. I mean, they put up a good fight. The game ended 1-0, so it puts Bolivia into the next round where they have to play Iraq. All right, and that game is playing on Tuesday. Likewise, the Jamaican game. Jamaica beat Caledonia
I really want Jamaica to
1-0. Yeah, and that game they're playing, for those who don't know, they'll be playing the DR Congo. That's a team that recently knocked out Nigeria out of this qualification round.
It's a very serious team.
So they could get a shot at the World Cup. Now keep in mind, these teams, there's 6 spots remaining for the World Cup, and 2 spots is allotted to these teams. The game with Bolivia, and that's coming up with Bolivia and Iraq, and Jamaica and DR Congo. While for the European games, there's 4 spots allotted to those games, and those games will be playing on Tuesday. On Tuesday, where Italy will be taking on Bosnia.
The Italy is one of the most disappointing teams.
Like Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how Italy's out. For the last couple of World Cup, Italy always found themselves in this position where they struggle to get past teams that they're superior to by history.
Don't be surprised to see Bosnia stick a needle in
so this says a lot about the level of their football.
No, but Italian players playing quality football around the world.
So like it makes it. So then why why they're here in this situation?
I have no idea. I think the coach has a great part to play on it, and the chemistry also. However, these are professional players.
Correct.
If you check the Italian roster, if not the whole starting lineup, most of them playing in AC Milan, PSG.
Yeah, like basically the best top 5 leagues in Europe, the best leagues,
in the top
some
teams.
of the best teams.
So it surprised me that they're at this point where they have to scrape to qualify.
It makes you question the mentality, or I don't know what it is, but this is the current situation they're in. So this is basically the last chance for qualify for this World Cup. So this is and these games are one-off. It's either win or go home. And there's Turkey playing Denmark. And these are, like you said, these are some of the teams then that you expect to automatically qualify for the World Cup. But here they are fighting to make that last spot. Turkey playing Kosovo. There's Sweden playing Poland. So these are the last 4 games.
Czechia and Denmark.
Czech Republic and Denmark. So these are the last 4 games fighting for the last slot for the World Cup, and by the end of this month,
we get pulling a win in these matches.
But I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of tough for a lot of these teams because this do or die situation.
These small teams. Bosnia knock out Wales.
Correct. And
Wales,
we didn't see the coming.
Nobody saw that coming.
Good.
Everybody expected Wales to pull through.
But I guess there's the beauty about football.
On the day.
On paper, you might look like the greatest team ever, but on the pitch is who wanted more, and this is how football works. And I feel like this is how it goes in sports in general.
Yeah.
This is why it does always have those Cinderella stories, those phenomenon in sports where you're like,
those are the best stories.
Basically,
they come from behind just
this just makes sports worth watching.
No big name, just
correct.
Die hard football.
Correct.
Play hard, win.
Correct.
I think for the Bosnia game, they're gonna be a little tight because Italy ain't really playing too much right now. But Italy's supposed to come out to that game with a decent win, at least a 3-0.
Easier said than done.
It's supposed to be easy, Virgin.
Yeah, but we shall see. But so, what you guys think? Like, in the comment section, give me your opinion. Bianzin said, Jeko is about 40 years old. He's about 40 years old, but the same 40-year-old guy score against Wales. He helped send Bosnia to this final stage of the qualification round.
Hey,
so you see, it goes back to what we just said. Those type of Cinderella story.
Don't bash 40.
You understand?
Don't bash 40 euros. Because Ronaldo's 42, right?
And they're
Messi coming up on 40.
Correct. So these guys still showing the world that they're still at an elite level.
Squeeze out the last set of juice out of them legs.
So what's your guys' prediction? Italy, Bosnia, Kosovo,
Sweden,
Turkey.
I guess Sweden against Poland.
Yo, the game is another game. I wouldn't call a game.
Sweden get a good team.
Yeah.
Excellent team.
But Poland too, and Poland's, I wouldn't say more experience, but I think for the last couple of World Cup, Poland have been there more than Sweden. So, like, it's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be some good games on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, for those World Cup qualifiers, and then there's Jamaica for the Caribbean. That's the only team that we know we could stand. We have to stand behind. We have no choice but to stand behind and hope for the best. God, the DR Congo is not gonna be an easy game.
It's a taller though.
That game is on 5, right?
Yeah, like 5 in the afternoon.
So guys, we gotta see how this gonna play out for these games. But it's gonna be something exciting though. I think to watch.
Turkey. Turkey pull it over Kosovo easy. Denmark will beat Czechia.
So, like I said, guys, like here's the WhatsApp number 615-8246. Like, give us your prediction, so we could after the games we could review this in the next episode that we have. There's Italy versus Bosnia, Kosovo versus Turkey, Poland versus Sweden. What was the other game? Czech Republic versus
Czechia
versus Denmark. So those are the last of the games that's going to be wrong. They now have this World Cup qualification wrong, and the group staging will be officially set because World Cup likely to start on the 11th of June 2026. So, and there's Jamaica and DR Congo. I know the Jamaicans gonna be going crazy. Everybody's gonna be tuning into the game. I mean, the closest neighbor had a chance, but I mean they didn't take advantage of the opportunity against Bolivia.
If Jamaica go through holiday in Jamaica,
you know, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna
everybody
be crazy.
in gold and black on Tuesday.
And then and another thing, this Brazil and France friendly. This Brazil and France friendly. I think that was one of the biggest match for the international break on a friendly level. And there's a lot of criticism that came in for Brazil team, Brazil players, and everybody was calling for Neymar. What was your thoughts on that though?
I think that was uncalled for because Brazil got a set of injuries. And I think Ancelotti just checking right now on any new player or any player that he has on his roster that can slip into the team right now.
No, because I feel like a lot of these games is basically coach trying to bring in players. I think they already have in mind like players who they carry, and maybe even if we say that the first 11 they don't have in mind who they're going to carry to this tournament.
But remember, you still have to get some players after you 32. You got to get some reserve players also, just in case someone gets a serious injury. Then you pull them in from wherever they are to join the World Cup team.
Yeah. And basically does this, so like I don't understand why people is coming down so hard on Brazil's situation. It's just a friendly. Yeah. I know Brazil, I always said the talk has always been a World Cup is not a World Cup without Brazil, and the World Cup will never start until Brazil game play. But based off of feedback of what's been going around on social media from Carlo, which is the coach of Brazil, is that he giving Neymar a chance. The top was Neymar. He giving Neymar a chance to get his fitness up to make the team. Because everybody calling for Neymar. This team is nothing without Neymar.
Remember, Neymar has bring the flair in.
Yeah.
The flair, the football, and the samba style that Brazilians love. So they prefer to go down with Neymar once he's fit than for not have him in the team.
Yeah, and a lot of us, I think, share the same opinion where Neymar is concerned. His talent is undeniable, but there's a lot of things that he's lacking in. But regardless, people still feel that he should be taken to the World Cup. Maybe we don't know if he'd be able to play a full 90 minutes. But I also think so he should be taken, and we shall see how things plays out for Brazil.
I don't think he could make a full 90. However, I think they should take him, right? Running at 60, 70 minutes, he could do, with Neymar on the pitch, there's a chance of a goal.
Someone saying Neymar can't run right now, but he should go.
No,
another person saying Brazil players only get farm for clubs.
No, he is fit.
So we having a call. Caller, welcome to the game plan.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
But listen to this Brazil conversation you're having.
Oh,
yes.
I know this voice.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on this Brazil situation?
Well, like, I guess I got to start with Neymar, right? That has to be the first part of this conversation because the hype is built around Neymar.
True, that's true.
But let's be completely honest. When is the last time Neymar played at a world-class level? And no disrespect to Santos.
No, we can't argue that against you because you have a fair point there. None of us don't know.
And then second to that, and y'all will appreciate the non-football side of football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really consider Neymar a very good leader either, and I think that's been a problem with Brazil for a long time. I think
this is true. I recognize that problem a while ago with him. That's why they give Casemiro and Thiago the captain's band last World Cup, right? They didn't give it to Neymar because he's not really a leader. However, him being there is like motivational, and he brings a level of quality in taking on players that they will welcome.
Agreed. But let's be cautious here, because we're talking about what the fans want
versus what's
best for the team.
Right?
Best for the team, yeah.
Brazil has always underperformed with Neymar on the team.
True.
I mean, when is the last time Brazil had anything that was mentioned? Well, I think correct me if I'm wrong. They did win a South American Cup, right? A Copa America.
With Neymar?
Not as my recollection.
No, well, you see, even worse yet. I had that they had 1-1, but that makes this argument even better, because if Messi and Ronaldo, if their national teams hadn't won any trophies, we would always be doubting them as leaders.
Definitely.
True.
Right? Because they're carrying these things. So Brazil, and then we need to understand Brazil as a country when it comes to football.
Yeah.
I like the comment that Carlos made, that they like the flair, they like the samba,
Samba style.
They joga bonito, what I mean?
Joga bonito.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the reality is, they'll always be at a battle between the politics, what the fans want, and what the team needs. Because, as we all know in football, all of us believe we know what's best.
Correct.
There's me team, right? This is what they should be doing.
We always feel that they should carry people that we want to be in the team.
Right. But looking forward to the Brazil team, I think they have somebody like Gabriel and Casemiro on the team that should be the captain of of that team.
Casemiro's always showed the leadership quality.
Absolutely. I can be honest, even Rafinha, even Gabriel, these boys are solid.
Don't go so far. Don't go so far.
No,
don't go so
not
far.
Rafinha.
Not Rafinha. Rafinha meet the level yet to wear the captain's armband for Brazil. I don't think so.
But I think he have the quality. He could be that. I think he could be that.
That would be heavy on his shoulders, and you're gonna expecting too much from him. Casemiro has been there, done that on the highest stage of football. This normal for him. So give him the band. Let he take the responsibility and run with it for this World Cup. I think so.
As two Real Madrid fans, I have to ask. What was in peak Real Madrid when they were winning everything? Casemiro's role was the leader of that team?
No, he wasn't. They had Sergio Ramos.
They had Ramos.
Right. So my argument, not my argument, my question will have to be, what leadership,
he's leading Manchester United right now.
And Manchester United, who not even competing for a trophy.
They're doing great right now. They're doing great right now. Possibility of Champions League football next year.
Cutty here in about 5 years because they can't win 5 games in a row. Are you telling me, man, you're doing well?
They've improved, right? And we've seen on the pitch, if you're watching Man U games, we've seen on the pitch that Casemiro is one of the leaders, the important leaders of the team.
Fernandes is the leader of that team. Come on.
No,
I don't think. I don't think Bruno Fernandes have leadership quality.
He might be wearing the band. Somebody else might be wearing the band. But when you look at the team play with Casemiro on the pitch, you see that Casemiro is the leader on the pitch. He doesn't shy away from that.
I think Casemiro is great. But again, my argument can go back to somebody like Gabriel. Leading a group of youngsters, Arsenal is doing 10 times better. Why not give Gabriel the ball?
I think I don't think Gabriel would have the right now because there's Casemiro's there.
Exactly.
And he's been in the team longer. He's been in big moments longer. He know for galvanize his players. He's been doing that like his latter stage of his career in Real Madrid and through Manchester United.
Marquinhos. Right? I was about to say that.
Right? Oh yeah,
Marquinhos or
Casemiro. Gabriel have to wait his turn. Probably in the next 8 years he might be the leader. But as long as Casemiro, especially Marquinhos, is there, he will never be the leader of that team.
I don't think he has enough cups to be the leader of the Brazil national team.
All right. Well, we're going back to the same conversation as Neymar. Casemiro's been with that team as long as Neymar has, probably longer. again, this team has been completely underperforming. This team has no accolades to talk about. So
that's true.
Unless we fix something that clearly broken, why are we expecting a different result?
I think timing is everything also, because a lot of times when these teams are competing for certain titles, both players was unfortunate to be on the pitch at the same time. So that sometimes knocks, those were lacking for them. Because example, let me rewind time back all the way to 2014 World Cup with in Brazil. When they lost to Germany. Casemiro wasn't there. I think Neymar wasn't there either.
He had a yellow card. He had a suspect.
That team was injured. I don't think Neymar was there.
He was injured against Colombia. That whole team was in disarray. We all watched that game. They were lacking leadership completely. David Luiz was running all over the place like a madman.
And they put the ban on Thiago, right?
Yeah, Thiago, yeah.
Waste of time. He started crying before the game. But by the time the second goal going, he started crying. I never rate him. I never rate the Bible.
I was in Belazan for that game. That was
but yeah, Carla, thanks for coming in and giving in your 2 cents.
Good. You guys are enjoying the program. Just so y'all know, I actually, you know, if there's one thing that I like when I listen to programs or I watch things and I learn something. And it's very interesting, that argument you guys had just now about the Afghan situation, about whether the ref should have allowed them back on the field.
Correct.
Yeah. Whether that is so. I just wanted to say I didn't know those aspects of it, but those are all very interesting for us as fans.
Yeah.
To understand that there's rules to this thing, and you gotta.
And you have to adhere by the rules and the regulation of this thing.
Right, and follow the facts rather than give, I love Africa or I love...
Definitely.
Yeah, we can't put feelings in where rules is concerned.
There you go. So, everybody, enjoy.
Thank you.
So, that was a call there. Unfortunately, we would love to have more people calling in, but time is against us.
Gotta go.
So, for our listeners and viewers, thank you guys for staying with us for another hour of the another Sunday of Game Plan. And like I said before, we would love for you guys to give us your comments in the WhatsApp number. Like I said again, is 615-824-6. Comment, send your messages, give us your predictions for the upcoming the final stage of the World Cup qualifying games. And as we enter into the weekend where the action begins again, club football.
Back to club football.
Back to our pride and joy. Back to those moments that we live for in football. Back to the arguments, who's better than who. And Sunday again, we'll be able to recap and go through those predictions for the games coming this weekend. And like I said before, the games that they having on is Tuesday the 3rd, 1st, right?
Yeah.
What's the games that they have playing those days again?
They have Jamaica.
That's Jamaica playing Jamaica playing DR Congo. Yeah.
We have Czechia.
There's Denmark. There's Denmark and Czech Republic.
Czechia and Denmark. We have Sweden versus Poland. Bosnia versus Italy. And Kosovo versus Turkey.
And also there's Bolivia versus Iraq. So those are the games. Those are the wrap-up stage of the Club World 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Those are the rounding off stage. Those after then the groups then would officially be solidified, and from there we be heading into the World Cup. Keep in mind, yesterday, a matter of fact, last night, Mexico played Portugal, and that game is a reminder and a testament that all is well in Mexico.
Hold on, they bring back the same the goalkeeper from 20 years ago for Mexico?
No, I don't think he played last night, but he's gonna be in the team. Ochoa.
Best keeper in the world.
Legend. But yeah, guys.
It's just a peer World Cup time.
Yeah, so last night was a testament of to remind fans all across the world that World Cup games in Mexico is a go. So give your predictions. We'll recap. We'll come back to this come Sunday of how those games play out on Tuesday.
Along with the
games
club
over
games
the weekend. Football is back at the weekend. So thank you guys for staying with us. Until next time.
Game plan.
The game plan.
Muñeca metiste la pata, deje ese paquete, 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 si a ti te ganaste la